I'm live. All right. 1 second. I think I got it. I might be live. I think I did it. Hey, here we are. We're here again. Good morning. Shout out to Robert. He is up at 5:40 a.m. Robert Cosson. 5:40 a.m. on the West Coast to watch this morning stream. That's the vibe. That is the vibe. 5 gold stars to my guy, Robert Cosson. That is what it's all about. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is AJ Writes Crypto, and we are here for another fantastic early morning live stream. Shout out to everyone who is already in the chat. Shout out to Tyler Durden, Rocky Top, you'll always be, Alexandria G, one of our mods, always in here. We really appreciate you, Alexandria. You're the best. We got Zibwell Brat, we got Brian Maver, we got my boy Robert. Shout out to my boy Robert. 5:40 in the morning. Let's go. Degen Tolman already asking about the hypercycle. It's under Singularity Net. Maybe we'll get into that in a little while. We'll get there. We got Lloyd, we got Daniel, we got Kevin, we got Harley. Awesome. So if you're watching this show live, I mean, here you are. It's live. But if you click on this video later and you're watching this video later, you in the future, I'm talking to you. Yeah, this is an early morning live stream that we do, roughly 8:30 to 8:45, starting off every morning, Monday through Friday, where either me or Ben or someone will come on here and just do the normal research that we would do in the morning anyway, except you guys get to watch us do it. So it's a really, really fun show. I had the best time in this show with you. Monday and Tuesday. I've been here all week so far. This is my last early morning show for this week. Because it's my last morning show, make sure you smash that like button and get the likes up. So to prove to Ben that AJ can hold it down, that you guys enjoy doing this stream, because I really enjoy doing it. I hope you get a lot of value out of it as well. So with that being said, I'm going to be out Thursday, Friday, Monday. I'm flying to Maryland to race motocross at Budds Creek. I'm a writer. I do a lot of random writing jobs. I'm now writing for the largest motocross magazine in the world called Racer X, and it's a really awesome opportunity. I've been emailing back and forth with Davey Coombs from MX Sports. I met Jason Wygant at High Point a couple of months ago, and I expressed my interest to write for them on the weekends, and it looks like I got the job. I'm going to go pick up my media pass tomorrow. I get to interview a rider from Estonia named Harry Kulas, who is doing the final 3 rounds of the American Outdoor Series, and I'm just so excited to just continue to learn. Obviously I'm full-time crypto. I've been full-time crypto for years, but I write a lot about consensus mechanisms and proof of stake and proof of work and tokenomics and price predictions. I write a lot of stuff that's kind of above the shoulders type of stuff, and it'll be really fun. I grew up raced motocross my whole life, and it'll be a lot of fun to just kind of write for fun. Write about just racing, and I really think I'm going to enjoy it, especially just for something to do during my downtime on the weekend. So wish me luck at the race, and I look out for my articles in Racer X magazine. Very excited to do that. That's going to be pretty cool. All right, so let's check the chat here real fast. We got Ivan, Crypto Corey, my alts took a hit yesterday. Excuse me, but they might keep taking hits, man. This where we're at right now is not actually looking the best. Are we going to look at a 25-cent ADA this week? We will take. Let me write ADA down on my list here. But keep in mind the title for the video today is my top 5 altcoins and how to prepare for a bull run. So even if things end up going down further before we get to a real bull run accumulation, I still want to talk about the steps that you should be taking. And I'm not going to give you financial advice, but I'm going to tell you my favorite 5 altcoins, and that's really all I can give you. So with that being said, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin's chart. This is the daily chart, as a very common concept that I have been talking about a lot. If you've been on here at all, you know this concept. And this concept is that this is the Bitcoin uptrend we've been in since the beginning. Here's January 1st, right down here, okay? And we have been in this uptrend the whole time. Even when we fell, back in April, all the way down here, we were still in an uptrend because we respected this trend line. Very important. If you look at this top line, what's this top line? This top line is a support resistance line that it has been an SR line since back way in January of 2021. This level has been fought of, either if it was the floor or if it got battled over or if now it's the ceiling. As you can see, we kind of fought over it, but ultimately we got rejected. And this 31, the exact price level is like 3150, 3153. It shows right there. This support resistance level is the most important level in crypto right now. And it's because that trend line intersects, the point of intersection with this trend line and this support resistance level is September 17th. All right. So, and right now, it's August 16th. So we got a month and a day maximum. It's going to break one way or the other before that. But September 17th is like the deadline. That's the point of intersection. So it's going to break either this chart, Bitcoin, is either going to break above 31, bullishly retest it, and continue on the uptrend. Good news for us and our altcoin bags. But, if we lose the year-long trend line, that would also require us putting in a higher low. We would have to that would require us putting in a lower high. Not a higher low, a lower high. And that would be really bad for the structure moving forward. We would probably have a really sad end of the year, and we probably wouldn't pick steam back up until, probably 90 days before the halving, the typical pre-halving pump that we are looking for. We are literally sitting on the edge right now. I really want you guys to understand that. If you're long-term holding altcoins, if you want to hodl your bags and just say, like, even if it goes down further, it doesn't matter because I'm not selling until this coin 5x's or 10x's or whatever your goal is, that's fine. But for the scalp traders out there, the people that want to get maximum value, who only want to be in when price go up and don't want to be in when price go down, this is what your eyes are going to be glued to. You are going to be wondering, am I going to be along for the ride or am I going to get wrecked? And at which of these levels do I bail? Well, you have to already know your plan. Here, let me make this chart a little bit easier to stare at. You need to already know your plan on the way down here. So if we kind of pull back, we look at 2023 as a whole. As you can see, the visible volume profile is all the way down here, but that's not really the best. But even so if we kind of zoom in more to just this year, it kind of toggles back between here and here. We have a bunch of low volume nodes. This is more accurate right here where it is right now. And this has the visible range volume profile at 23,000. Also, as you know, we have an important support resistance line right here. This is a very important line. As you see, it was the top here and the bottom here. That level is 25,300. So these are the levels we are going to be looking for on the way down the hill. So with that said, keep a close eye on Bitcoin as we go into the end of August, as we go into September, when we all play the same Green Day song. Shout out to Billy Joel, but this is the time where we really have to make a decision and when we have to wait for the market to give us a signal and tell us what to do, because all of my altcoin longs or shorts will be based off of this idea. Bet your bottom dollar. All right. So with that said, let me make the chat a little bit bigger here. Let's see what's going on. We got Chemistry Bro in the house. Like I said, shout out to Alexandria. Always solid mod. Probably one of my favorite mods. Probably my favorite mod. Alexandria, you're the best. You're always here. I really appreciate you. We got Hawkeye, Procument, Brian Maver, King Peasant, Matt Richardson, Brogoshi no Dinero. I like that name. That's a good name. All right. Very cool. I saw someone asked earlier in the chat something about NFTs. So I do, I played with NFTs like in 21. I kind of stayed away from them for a little while, especially like they were just mad losing value. I think that there's obviously a lot of value in the NFT space. I think the right projects now are good buys, maybe for later. But with that being said, like it's a toss up, because there are certain projects, that, if you get in the right project early, it could take off. it could completely take off. But then for every one of those projects, there's 100 projects that don't really like do it. And like, I understand if you like the art or if you like, you know, whatever the community's doing, that's great. So what I will say is that what I really like what one community is doing is the Kanpai Pandas. The Kanpai Pandas are a super cool, and it's a super cool NFT project that I have always had my eye on. Once this bad boy loads, I will love to show it to you. So this is Kanpai Pandas here. Basically, they look like this. And the cool thing about the Kanpai Pandas, first of all, they're one of their founders, Ice Bags, who I met in the Bahamas. We played poker with him. Very nice guy, cool as they come. Yeah, I didn't even realize how big his NFT project was when I met him. But this project is way different than other NFT projects, as Ice Bags is heavily integrated into the fight space. You know, they sponsor like the karate combat. They are at a lot of karate combat events, and they also have really big time UFC fighters wearing Kanpai Panda merch. When John Jones did his last fight, he was wearing a Kanpai Panda shirt. Like, John Jones is in the Kanpai Panda community, and this is like no joke. A lot of the fight world heavily respects the Kanpai Pandas because of Ice Bags and that crew. And they are minting their final 1,000 on Solana. I believe the mint is open for a couple more days. It was a Dutch auction. Right now, there's still 557 left to go at 82 Solana, and this is going to be open for a couple more days here. I am thinking about picking up one of these because they're out of the last 1,000, there are going to be 3 1-of-1, 16 aliens, 30 zombies, 44 golds, and the golds start at 2 to 4 Ethereum a piece, 3 to 6, 6 to 8, and if you pull a 1-of-1, I mean, you're cashing out big time. Like this, I really like this project, and I like this project for this reason. One, I like that it's heavily integrated into the fight game. I used to train MMA for a very long time, probably 5-6 years. I probably started off when I was 19. Well into my 20s, love fighting, love that culture, just more of the respect side of it. Not really like a tough guy, but there's a lot of respect in fighting, and I really appreciate that. And also there's that element, but also for Kanpai Panda holders, there's really more about utility. Like, the utility of Kanpai Pandas is so cool because they offer a lot of real world stuff. Like, you get tickets to UFC fights, you get to go to concerts. I think it's actually, let me go back to the previous website here. They have this this is the roadmap. Oh, I messed up. But they give concert tickets out, and they throw block parties and events. Something is always happening. Here we go. Sorry, this website's a little, I got my screen is a little messed up because I set the screen up for charts. Okay, here we go. Even better. So we got, coming out, we had the Red Hot Chili Peppers, this block party in Miami. I was there. Really great time. Karate Combat. They're really into Karate Combat. It's like a UFC thing. We got more fights coming up. We got a Rolling Loud in Miami. That's going to be pretty cool. We got concerts. We got Beyonce. We got soccer games. And if you are a Kanpai Panda holder, you meet up with the Kanpai Panda crew in real life, and you get to go to all these in real life things because you're a Kanpai Panda holder. That's cool. And I'm bullish. I really like Ice Bags. I have a lot of respect for the community. This isn't a shill. They're not paying me to say this. Someone asked about NFTs in the chat, and I think this project is awesome. So if I was to buy an NFT right here, right now, I would probably do the Kanpai Panda mint, and I'm probably going to 8-bit. I'm not going to lie. Why not? All right, so let's go back to the chat here, see what we got. I'm not chilling, man. Someone asked me about what NFT project I like, and that's my answer. I'm not paid to say this. I just like the project. But and that's what a lot of people kind of misunderstand. Like, I talk about projects, and they're like, "Oh, what are you shilling?" I'm like, I'm not shilling. I like it. I don't get paid by each bar. I don't get paid by Algorand or Quant or Kanpai Pandas. I just like stuff. I like talking about stuff I like, man. My bad. I thought that's what we were supposed to be doing here, man. Thammer 10 Gala Bull Run price prediction. Thammer 10, I already have made that video. It is on YouTube. Just type Gala price prediction and you will see me with my crazy background of a conspiracy board, and I will give you a price prediction for Gala. Not a problem. All right, so blah, 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 blah. All righty. Reading the chat. I like Invisible Friends too, Chemistry Bro. Invisible Friends is super cool. That's a really cool project. There's a lot of projects like that. Yeah, how dare me like stuff, King Peasant? Why would I like anything? Jeez Louise. And no Solaranzo. You think I'm a millionaire? I'm not a millionaire, big dog. I'm not a millionaire. No. But hey, I will be one day, because I believe it. I believe I'm going to be a millionaire. One day at a time. I'm going to keep learning. Going to keep grinding. Going to keep trading. Going to keep doing BitBoy crypto. And I have faith in the big picture. That's what it's all about. Positive mindset. You know, I've been doing lately. I've been working out. I've been running a lot, and I've been listening to David Goggins. It really kind of helped me tap into that inner and that try hard. You know, like a lot of times, like if I don't feel like working out, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing that. Well, if you like, his idea is like, you're not tired, you're just weak. Like you're just being weak right now. Like just don't find your inner strength. There's no reason to be like that. You know what I mean? So I completely I vibe with David Goggins. If you've never listened to a David Goggins video and you haven't gone for a mile run in a little while, put on some David Goggins and tie your shoes, because you're gonna have a good time. I really appreciate that. But maybe I should stop shilling him too. So there you go. So awesome. I'm not moving to Dubai, Brian. Not many people are. What's your opinion on Illuvium? We can definitely look in Illuvium a little bit later in the show. ILV. All right. I was going to look at Crypto Panic here, kind of check out what the stories of the day are so far. I scrolled it a little bit earlier, and I really didn't see anything that my screen is being so weird right now. All right, here we go. We got, why is the crypto market down? Coinbase granted permission to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum futures in the U.S. That's cool. Futures in the U.S. All right, definitely read that one. All right. SEI token skyrockets over 3,000%. BNB could crash 30% if it reaches support level. What is Shibarium? Sure. Well, I know there's a couple people asking about Shibarium. Let's read that one. And then hacker creates meme coin after stealing $870,000 from Rocket Swap on base. On base already. Okay. Craziness, man. Straight craziness. Oop. I mean, this screen is fighting me today, everybody. Someone actually mailed me a mouse because I hate Ben's trackpad. I absolutely hate Ben's trackpad. So they mailed me a mouse, but I obviously did not plug it in this morning. So very funny, very funny. EGLD, yeah, I'll check that one out on the charts later too. So far we got Illuvium, Cardano, and EGLD. Definitely check that one out. What news site is this? This is an aggregator site called Crypto Panic. There's a couple aggregator sites that I use from time to time, but this is probably like my home base a lot of the times. Really solid. I mean, it aggregates, articles from every site in crypto. And it's just the best. It's the best. Like literally, I keep this on refresh because like a lot of the times if there's like news that moves the charts, there you go. And Tony, Platinum Mike Perry rocks the Campai Panda gear too. Yeah, Platinum Mike Perry. He's even backed by Market Saver. When Platinum Mike Perry went on Joe Rogan's podcast, he wore a Market Saver shirt and a Campai Panda hat. Shout out to Platinum Mike Perry. What a beast. What a beast. And thoughts on Matic? I can fit Matic in as well. All right, we're going to stop taking altcoin picks for now. Already have 4 on the list, but I kind of want to get into some of the news today just to see what we got going on here. So let me get a quick refresh here on Crypto Panic. Start from the very top of the list. Make it good so you guys can see it. Silvergate Capital CEO steps down. That's interesting. There's probably not that much more to the story though. Bank of America releases its views on PayPal stablecoin. I'm actually interested to see what they have to say. They probably hate it. Shiba's many pre-sales nearly 2 million. Yeah, the ETF got approved. That's yesterday's news. Come on, Cointelelie. Catch up. Rich Bad Poor Dad. This guy, Robert Kiyosaki, is always saying something. Bitcoin will only reach 1 million if this happens. Yeah, if the dollar basically goes to zero. Or at least Bitcoin can hit 1 million, but not anytime soon unless the dollar seriously gets messed up. Shiba Inu. Yeah, a lot of people are really bullish on Shiba right now. I want to take a look at Shiba later on in the show as well. Very cool. Got that on my note list. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Not bad. Cardano holders need to understand this new concept. Sure, I'll read that one too. Why not? All right. Let's get out of here. All right. Let's start with the Coinbase granted permission to offer Bitcoin Ethereum futures in the U.S. That's very cool. According U.S. president were previously cut off from crypto futures trading. In that sense, crypto company called the decision a watershed moment for the nascent industry. Coinbase said, "We are pleased to announce that approval has been secured and will now allow eligible U.S. customers to access regulated derivatives projects through Coinbase Financial Markets alongside our spot and seamless experience subject oversight to the CFTC and NFA." I love that it's subject to the oversight of the CFTC. That is very good news. Very good news. I wonder if it says how much leverage or if you have to be accredited, like how much money do you have to be able to do it. But I am really bullish that at least, in America, there will be a place where you can like straight up leverage trade Bitcoin and Ethereum. It doesn't say how much leverage. It doesn't say when it's coming. But I really like that, that this got approved. This is very good that the CFTC got ahead of the SEC, and it's really good that, hey, we're going to have some futures trading in America without being on DEXs, without being, not looking for places you don't have to KYC and stuff like that. So very interested. That's bullish. That's bullish for leverage traders. So that's bullish for me. Let's go. All right, let's look at Shibarium. Everything you need to know. So there's a lot of news. So it's the Shiba Inu's much anticipated layer 2 blockchain in the works. Everything you need to know. We're evolving. Hey, everyone. We're evolving. Layer 2 solution. Okay. We know what Shiba is. We know. Wait, what is Shibarium? Outcome layer 2 blockchain developed by Shiba Inu's layer 2 solutions designed to interact seamlessly with the primary Ethereum blockchain, providing a more scalable and cost-effective transaction platform. The new blockchain adds address fundamental issues, expensive gas fees. All right, we know this. All right, Shibarium's layer 2 solution exemplifies an innovative approach to blockchain scalability and efficiency. Layer 2 solutions are protocol built on top of the base layer. Yes, we know. Is there anything different about it? That's what I'm trying to find. In case of Shibarium, it is built upon the Ethereum blockchain, handling transactions. Okay, guys. How about telling me something I don't know? That would be really good. Yeah, the Bone token. I've heard of that. Will work. Polymatic Ethereum virtual machine. Within the Shibarium network, users must lock 10,000 Bone to qualify as a validator. Okay. DEXs, the Shiba Eternity Game, the Leash Coin Shiba Swap. There's a yield farming. I've heard of that before. We got M Swap and Pause Swap. We got dApps like Chomp, Treat, Dogpad, NFTs. Okay. So, I mean, I want to know where this article, I want to know, so I know this might have taken a minute to kind of get through this article, but I was trying to find something about this that separates it from the norm. I want to know why would I want to use Shibarium? And I'm not seeing it quite yet. I mean, it might be fast, it might work, but at this point, there's already such good infrastructure in like pre-existing layer 2 technology that like to outperform Matic, to outperform Optimism, Arbitrum and stuff like that. I mean, Shibarium has to really do something special. And I have never yield farmed before, so maybe there's something to that there. Maybe I need to educate myself more on that. But other than that, I'm not really seeing it, but maybe I should, interact with it and use it first before I make a fully formed opinion. So with that said, I mean, if you're into Shibarium, shout out, I mean, straight up. I mean, if you look at, if we go to CoinMarketCap, I mean, they are, I'm pretty sure if you don't count stablecoins, they're in the top 10. Well, they're right outside the top 10. Okay. So they're in 14th. 1, 2. Yeah, so they're in 12th place. Very interesting. But still, I mean, look at all the coins Shiba is beating. I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, geez, like $5.69 billion market cap. What I don't like about Shiba is similar to what I don't like about Doge or even Ethereum is that Ethereum, has this figured out, but I don't like coins that don't have caps. I like coins that have max supplies. I like having an idea on where a coin can go, and when a coin just kind of inflates with no means to an end, with no max supply, like with no road, like not saying no roadmap, but with there's no North Star for me to know, like, oh, the supply is going to be roughly this. Like, I need to know that kind of stuff. And that kind of strays me away from, like, meme coins like Doge and Sheep. I think they will pump, but they are not exactly coins that I'm, like, really trying to do there. So there you go. Awesome. Very cool. So make sure you smash that like button. There's 557 people in here this morning. It means a lot to me. Thanks a lot for staying in here. We've been held over 500 for, basically the whole time. So that means a lot to me, everyone in the chat. I'm going to start ripping through the requested altcoins. And if we have time, I will go through a couple more. And then I want to get to, at the end of the video, I will get to the title of the video, which are my top 5 altcoin picks, as well as how to prepare for a bull market. So let's jump into these altcoin picks relatively quick here. Let me pull this bad boy over so you can see the price. I know people hate when they can't see the price, and hey, I understand. All right, so the first one on the list was Illuvium. Pretty sure we looked at Illuvium yesterday, but I will give it a quick overview. I'm not going to go into tokenomics for every coin. I'm just going to look at charting for today. And here we were yesterday, everybody. The support resistance lines, like a little trend line here, put in a higher high. That's good for the look. As you can see here, we're into the green on Market Cypher. These are the lines I drew yesterday. And actually, you can't see that whole thing. Let me pull this up really fast at the bottom here. Boom, boom, there you go. And then, yeah, so you can see this here. We got an important support resistance line here at 65.66. Kind of irrelevant for the moment, as this kind of looks like it is pushed back down. Let's see. In the past, 4 days, it's down about 10%. There is a little bit of support resistance right here as well. If we look at this, it was the floor here, it was the floor there, it was the floor here, it was the ceiling here, and we broke above it here, and there's also a fair amount of volume right there. So that is a very important level, as it is a previous support resistance line, and that is a 9.7 drop from there. So honestly, unless Bitcoin wakes up, which it isn't right now, I would probably be looking for a test back to that line. I mean, to be fair, before we get there, if you look at this right here, this level right here was a floor. What's up, TJ? Good morning, man. Everybody in the chat, say hello to my guy TJ. Just type TJ with a thumbs up and say whatever you want to say. You want to say hi to everybody?
Say hey real quick. What's up, chat?
Hey.
Happy Wednesday, Tuesday.
Wait, it's Wednesday. Shout out to TJ, everybody. Absolutely love to see it. So here we are, like back on this chart here, is that we have this, it is sitting on this level that has been rejected 2 times previously this summer. And, it could, let's look into like a 2-hour chart, okay? It could turn around here, but it does look like the money flow is turning red. The RSI are gapped. There is a fair amount of negative volume down here below. I wouldn't be surprised, even if it and the kind of the dead giveaway for me is this lower high right there. There is the lower high right there. Nervous Network and D. Okay. For a $20 super chat, I got you, fam. I got you. Nervous Network. And yeah, I have a lot of altcoins I'm going through, so I'm not going to go in through the tokenomics and emission chart for every one today. Already pressed for time. We've already been streaming this for, how long have we been streaming for? Yeah, for almost well over a half hour already. This, it's been moving. And also, before I get into the next chart, I want to show you my H-bar position from yesterday. Shortly after we were on this stream here, I went and looked at the charts. I took a dive into, I'm at the H-bar market cap, excuse me. So yes, so here we were, okay? Here we were yesterday, all right? And we were on a live stream, and when H-bar, actually, I was looking at more of like a 15-minute chart, to be completely honest. Might have even been lower than that. All right, yep, exactly. So here we were yesterday, okay? And then after we got on, I got off the live stream, H-bar started doing this kind of stuff, okay? And it was putting in higher lows. And right around here, I remember it was like 11:30, something like that. Like it was right before noon. I got in right around here, right around there. And I remember a couple times I was actually in the red a little teeny bit, but I just kind of rode it out. I didn't really feel, I was just like, just ride it out. And I actually got out somewhere. No, I got out way earlier than this. 1 second. Because it was before the Twitter space yesterday. Yeah, I think I got out around here. I should have rode this one out way longer. I was on pretty high leverage. But these are the types of trades you're going to look for. I mean, if you from top to bottom, you're looking at an 18% move. But like, hey, if you catch 5 to 7% of a big move like that, and you're on 5-10x leverage, you're going to do well. So these are just simple ideas, and this is the idea: is that with this chart, is that anytime a coin pumps all by itself, anytime a coin pumps all by itself, it is going to come back to some form of reality. A couple months ago, it was Filecoin. Filecoin just pumped out of the clear blue sky. Bitcoin didn't pump. Ethereum didn't pump. Nothing else pumped. Everything else was crab market sideways. And Filecoin went poof. And when it did that and went all by itself, I just watched and waited for it to turn around. And when it turned around, I shorted that bad boy. Blap, 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 blap. Bang, bang. All right. And this is a very similar situation. H-bar was cruising along here in the normal, 5 cent range. It woke up. It was at 5.6. It woke up to 5.7. And then, late Sunday night going into Monday morning, boom. We're talking a 33% pump in 1 day and 7 hours. All right. When something randomly pumps like that out of the clear blue sky, it is going to come down at least a little bit. Okay, and here that is. When things pump in unison, it's different. But when one coin randomly pumps all by itself, everything else is minus 2%, plus 1%, minus 3%, plus 2%, and then one coin is plus 30%, short that coin. Just wait for it. Just wait for it to get ridiculous and short that coin. And then if someone was really paying attention down here, this would have been a really good reversal idea. Blah, blah, blah. And like this is past phone. Let me actually pull that again. So if you would have been up at at 5 o'clock in the morning on the Eastern Coast, like my boy earlier in the stream here that was up at 5 o'clock, you'd be up 10%. And look, I told you about the Daria Watson envelope. That indicator on Luxalgo, it went to I left the brush on again. I always leave the damn brush on. But if you looked at that envelope, it escaped the realm of that envelope, put in 2 different green dots, and then not to mention here on Market Cipher we have a lower low. Oh, Yep, we have a low, okay? And then we have market safer putting in a lower high with the money flow decreasing down there. I mean, that's cut and dry. That is a cut and dry trade. Like, I don't think that many people realize that once you get a grasp on trading, like, yeah, you have to use risk management. You have to set stop losses. You have to use your head. But when you apply, it's not rocket science. It's all simple concepts. But when you apply, like, 10, 12 simple concepts together and realize, like, oh man, that's totally going to go up. Even if it goes up 2% and I use 5x leverage, that's 10% on a trade. Boom. Like, it is not that hard. You just got to stop overcomplicating it for yourself. And that's what too many people do in this game, is overcomplicate it. All right, we got a super chat here. We got Gravy Train, $5. Thank you, man. This might be all news, but I just found out yesterday the hard way. The exchange X Markets is insolvent. Do not deposit. You cannot withdraw. Thank you for the heads up, Gravy Train. I actually have never heard of X Market. I think I've seen it. I've never used it. I know that. So I'm really bummed to hear that, man. And I'm really sorry that and I'm really sorry that it happened to you, bro. I really am. I didn't mean to laugh. I read another comment. I giggled. My bad. I didn't mean to be rude. But that's a bummer, and I really hope that they figure that out. Definitely worth looking into. Shout out to Miss T in Crypto in the chat. Appreciate her sending love. Keep it zesty. Keep it zesty, Miss T in Crypto. One of my favorite women in Web3. She goes around to high schools and is straight spitting facts to all the little kids. And well, not little kids, but kids in high school, trying to teach them about you don't really have to work like a monotonous 9 to 5. You can get into crypto and change your life. And she really talks more about the idea of financial freedom, the idea of self-sovereignty, of not your keys, not your crypto, the important grassroots element of crypto. Obviously she gets more into that, but that I kind of feel like that is the message to the kids, and I think that is absolutely, I love that she does that. So shout out to Miss Teen Crypto, and if you don't follow her YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, you're missing out. She is absolutely awesome. So let's look at the Nervous Network. I don't know the ticker for this. All right. CKB, is that right? Is this right, bro? For the guy that did this super chat, let me know. Oh, what did I do? I done broke it. I broke it all. All right. For the guy who did this super chat, is this the correct ticker? Is it CKB for? Oh, I did it again. For the Nervous Network. You know why? Because I have the screen set for the charts, and when I have the screen set for the charts, I have to move things around. Yeah, it is CKB. Okay, awesome. Never heard of it before, to be honest. CKB. Oh. All right, up. Also, what is the why is it in a different language? Here, let's go to CKB. Just want a quick overview really fast. Nervous Network. All right, ranked 254th. $101 million market cap. Circulating supply 33.3 billion with zero total supply. Interesting. All right, let's pull the chart. Look at the 3-day. Always zoom out when you're pulling a chart for the first time. Always zoom out and then zoom in. Fix it so you guys can see the price. All right. Let's get this a little bit more organized. Actually, I'm going to look at a weekly. So I keep in mind while looking at this, I don't know anything about this project. I don't know the tokenomics situation, but I do know we got a little lower high situation. That's very good. We also, we also have the momentum red leaving the red with an anchor wave, trigger wave down here. That is really good to see, especially because this one lower low, but then higher low on market cipher, bullish divergence playing out and continuing through to the next trigger wave. That is really good. You want to see that. Also, what kind of yells at me is that this right around here, you know, it's not perfect, but as you can see, this here, the bottom of this part is where basically where it got rejected from here. So definitely keep a close eye on that. This is only a weekly chart. Let's zoom into a 3-day. I mean, I wanted it to go up, but it just got shut down like yesterday. Yeah, I mean, this thing could have gone up, and now we got a red dot. We do have a lot of positive volume above where it is, but even if we go to like a 6 hour, this thing is coming down for the moment. Hopefully, so basically what you want to see here is that if I get rid of this trend, that like kind of rough trend line I drew, is that you want to see this thing kind of respect this level. If it goes, down past this 0028 line, I wouldn't be looking for a long, or maybe look for a long if it hits that line. It is still in the green, but if you look, I kind of got a little bit of a mess down here, but if you look at this momentum wave on the momentum oscillator, we're kind of looking for that to happen, but it still has further to come down for the sake of argument. Let's look at more traditional indicators. Moving average convergence divergence, also known as a MACD. Yeah, this is a 6 hour chart, and we are, the MACD line has been crossed by the signal line, and we are heading down. Actually, I want to kind of see it on like a 12 hour really fast. Yeah, we got a MACD cross on a 12 hour. We're looking at a MACD cross on a daily. So it could turn around from here. But if you're looking at a 12 hour, the MACD cross has already happened. And if you look previously in history of all the times the price went down, there's always a MACD cross involved, and it just happened on the 12 hour. So that's worth keeping in mind. I also want to see where it sets on the RSI, the relative strength index. Alrighty. And look, on this 12 hour, it looks like it is curving at the 50. The 50 is always the most important part of the RSI. See how it is in the chop, the price is in the chop here, how the RSI here, let me actually make it bigger for everybody here. See how the RSI was also in the chop, like staying the 50 line, this middle line here is the most important thing on the RSI. If it gets rejected, if something is like traveling here and gets rejected by the RSI, that's bearish continuation. If something kind of comes down and gets and bullishly retests the RSI, that's bullish continuation. It's not always cut and dry, but look at this case right back here. It was coming down, the price coming down, okay? And then it kind of fake out, test over top, it goes right back down. That happens a lot. And then right here, test over top, that's that bearish continuation, right? It is that simple. And with this, actually, let me pull to really give you a better indication. Let's pull an EMA. Too many indicators. Ben doesn't have pro. I even have trading. This pro. All right, let's pull away the strength index. Dual band strength index. All right, so we go to EMA. We go to the settings. So it's the 20, 50, 200. So I'm going to take away the 20. I'm going to take away the 100 and keep the 50 and the 200. Make one of them the 50 white and this one red. Okay. Turn up that opacity a little bit. Make the line a little bit better. I'm just kind of trying to make a point on this chart here about, kind of things that you should be looking for. I always run an EMA. It just gets really messy on this chart, and I'm sure I don't want to confuse people. Let me kind of clean some of this stuff up here. 1 second. So my point here is that if you're looking at the EMA, when at like, all the point, you know what I'm doing? I have the damn brush out. That's what I'm doing. I hate the brush, man. I hate the brush. All right. So if you're looking at the EMA, so like in the past, right, a lot of, like, I know people that will only trade based off of EMA crosses, the 200 and the 50. Some people look at simple moving average. They're very similar, but they're weighted differently, a little bit different there. So, but you look at this cross, the 50 crosses. This is the 200s, the red one. The 50 is the white one. And when that cross is here, if you just go from that cross, you go from that EMA cross, but it only happens every now and then. I mean, you're looking at a good pump there. 135%, 27 days. But then if you tried to short from this slightly lower high idea, even if you missed the initial part, if you shorted just off the EMA cross to the bottom, it's another 42%. So it is interesting that even though the price got rejected, that it is, and let me kind of zoom in a little bit better for you guys, that even though the price got rejected, it is still coming down and to retest that 50 EMA. And a lot of times charts will bounce off the 50 EMA. It's very common. And also, if you were also looking at this as kind of, it looks like, see how they're further apart here. It kind of looks like they're getting closer together. And that is kind of a sign of volatility. And also, like I said, with the RSI, we're right on the 50. So if it could turn around and bounce to 50, that would be good. But really, I would put this in the hands of which way Bitcoin breaks by the middle of September. So, I mean, this isn't a chart I would trade today, but this is a chart I would keep my eye on that has an interesting, pretty interesting setup right now. All right, let's go to DIA, second requested chart from my guy in the super chat. Really appreciate that, by the way. All right, so I'm going to give her the RSI, just kind of showing you guys some concepts here. I'll leave the EMA because that is probably a more important concept. They're both important concepts, but I really, really like running an EMA on the screen. It just looks a little messy if you don't know what it is. So, and also it's like, even if you don't even look at the 200 EMA, if you just look at the 50 EMA, like, look at the structure of, like, it goes below it, but then once the price crosses the EMA, it retests. It shows you that continuation. It's below, the EMA is below the price action. And then once things start going down, look, it gets rejected. So running that EMA is a really good way to catch those scalp longs and scalp shorts when you're in a clear downtrend. Like, where I got higher high, like high, lower high. We're in a downtrend. The price gets below the EMA. Oh, it gets rejected from the EMA. There's your short. There's your short right there. This is easy money. Like, this is a simple concept that a lot more people should utilize. Like, it's not rocket science. No one should gatekeep information. It is that simple. I really appreciate it. So just want to check the chat really fast. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We really appreciate it. How many people we got? We still have 555 people in here. There was 550 people last time I looked at that a little while ago. So I really appreciate all the support. We are going to wind down here in the next 15 minutes, but you still got me on the hook for 15 minutes. So this is the DIA chart that the super chat requested. Let's check. I just want to see, like, a good idea of the market cap, where it is in terms of the big picture here. All right, ranked 600. Okay, man, you got me digging through the trenches right now. $27 million market cap. I do like, supply is on its way. 110.6 out of 169, basically. Not bad. Smaller supply compared to the coins that have billions and billions. 168.8 million is not that bad. Not that it matters. Okay. I would like to take time to learn what this project is, but we don't have the time for that now. But looking just off a trading setup is look at this concept that we talked about. It's under the EMA. The price action is under the EMA. The price action is under the EMA. It came above, but hey, look, the price action is back on the EMA. Bearish retest, bearish retest, bearish retest. This is a short. This is a short based off of that idea. And with that said, it has put in, a lot of charts have recently from, June, July have stayed above, we kind of got a little bit of an uptrend here. But then again, it has also been kind of sitting at this floor level. What I would do is that if this thing turns around right now, if it can hold this little mini floor that it's retested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now it's 8th retest of that level. If it can hold this level for the 8th time since the end of June, okay. But when things retest this much, eventually it's going to fall through. Eventually it's going to fall through. We already know that it's capable of coming down here, and say if it falls through to retest to put in a lower low, that's a 9.64% pump. But then again, a coin that's outside of the 5, that's the 600th coin by market cap. There's probably not enough volume to leverage trade it properly or to short it properly. So I don't know what this project does, but I'm open to learning about it. And maybe I'll look into it on my own time. But yeah, just once again, I just want to go over the concept with the crossing of the EMAs. It's a very simple concept that more traders should definitely utilize. I don't want to, I see people pulling charts. I never see an EMA on there, and I'm just like, why? Look at the bullish cross right there. There's the bull cross. All right. How much money, what percent would we have made? Oh, lost the chart. What percent would we have made if we just went long just off the bull cross idea? Boom, 44%. And also keep in mind, when you're looking at EMA crosses, it's more valid if you look at like a 12-hour, 1-day, 3-day chart. The larger the time frame, the more relevant the indication. So always kind of keep that in mind. If you're looking at an EMA chart, on the 2-hour here, I mean, look how many times this crosses and how much it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it does matter, but it doesn't. And you know what I mean? It's not the same is what I'm saying. So there you go. I hope I covered all the bases for you with the $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. Hope we covered all this basis for those 2 coins that I've never heard of, but hey, you learn something new every day. Why not? So a couple of things I want to look at ADA. Someone wanted to know if we are going to see a 25-cent ADA. Let's take a look. I'm going to start at a 3-day chart. I have a rough idea of what the weekly looks like. All right. So, I mean, ADA is definitely coming down the hill with everything else. The RSIs are pretty close together on Market Cipher B, and that is pretty interesting. We are coming down the red, coming down in the momentum oscillators. There is a lot of volume, believe it or not, above ADA, but there's also a bunch of order blocks way underneath here. About 11% down, but that's around that 25-cent ADA. So basically, you have to look, and if you look at the EMA, the EMA idea we just talked about, right here at the bear cross, short from the bear cross, that's a 75%, has gone down 75% since that on a 3-day chart. So when you see crosses on a 3-day chart, that is very relevant because they happen much less. Much less. So, and also look how many times the price has been rejected off of the 50 EMA, even before the cross, and it is still getting rejected by this EMA. So keep a close eye on that moving forward. Always kind of look at short ideas based off of bearish retest, price action retest off of the estimated moving average. All right. So what I want to do here really fast is I want to pull a fixed range volume profile from the bottom to right here. Oh, yeah, kind of right there. All right. Okay, it's not. Okay, there we go. So it is kind of aligning with the visible range volume profile. Not that much of a surprise. But, right around here is the 29-cent level, and it has lost this level. And another thing with this is that trying to look for like kind of that this level here, kind of relatively important support resistance line as, it was the floor, lost it, got through it. It was the floor again, lost it, fought over it here. There's a big fight over this level here. This level is precisely 29.7. Big fight over this level here, okay? And as we move forward, we once again lost this level. And the thing I really want you to see here is that this trend line is from way back further there in the chart. We want to hold this trend line, and that trend line is 2666 basically, or like little high 26s, okay? And if we lose that trend line, that is not what we want to be seeing for Cardano. If Cardano gets to 25 cents, it probably is going to go lower. It is probably going to go lower. This is not, let me look at like a daily chart here. Yeah, this is not really a chart I'm trying to trade right now unless I am shorting it. I mean, I have Cardano for my long-term holds. I'm never going to sell it just because I know I'll just slowly accumulate more and stick it out. But it's right now the chart is not looking the best. At the very least, if we come and retest this level and slowly put in higher highs, higher lows, kind of that idea. But we really want to make sure we hold this trend line. And for the record, this trend line is kind of based off of the previous bottom idea from the end of 2022 for the run up in January. So we have still respected this upward trend. Okay, so let's hope we don't lose that. Very similar idea to Bitcoin. For the EMA timeframes, I use 50 and 200. 50 and 200, where in this chart right here, this is a 5-day. The 50 is the white and the 200 is the red. I change the colors all the time. As long as I know what the colors they are, we're good. All right. Thank you, Alexandria G. Really appreciate it. Miss Teen Crypto helping me out. Smash the like buttons. We got 319 likes right now. Really appreciate it. If we get it to 350 before we close the stream, which is going to be in about 10 minutes or less, I would really very much appreciate that. And also, once the stream ends, make sure DZ is also doing a morning live stream show over on Around the Blockchain. Be sure to go over and check out DZ's morning show, as he is giving it hell over there. And he always has a lot of very hot topics and controversial things to say, but that's why we love him. So go give DZ some love over on Around the Blockchain. I'm going to be wrapping this up very, very soon. So I just kind of wanted to cover some coins here. We covered that. All right, I'm just going to look at Matic really fast, and then I'm going to talk about my top 5 coins, and then we are going to be out. All right, 5-day chart for Matic coming down a momentum wave, about to cross on the RSIs. Not good. Going to probably bearishly retest the EMA, which we've already done. Shaping up on a bear cross. Shaping up for a bear cross, a bad bear cross on Matic on the 5-day chart. Let's look at a 3-day chart. We have a couple crosses here, kind of fighting over the crosses, but the bear cross was actually right here in June, and then we got rejected from the EMA. There's probably a good bit of volume down here. Also, if you kind of look at this like as a level that was fought over, if we kind of go from the body of the candle evil, that level is still fought over. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we came down to that range, as the momentum looks like it's coming down right now. Okay, this is a 3-day chart, which would be a 37% drop to 38. Maybe not all that, hopefully not all that, but this is a cut and dry downtrend, guys. This is a cut and dry downtrend. It's been in this cut and dry downtrend since it started in February, the end of February. And, here we go. 1 second. Didn't mean to do that. Here we are in this down channel, just straight up down the hill. And we're kind of, this is, it's not the best looking chart. Not going to lie about that. All right. I am not coming to Australia, unfortunately, but I would love to go to Australia. That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to go over the before we close out here, the thumbnail, the title for this video was the my top 5 altcoin picks, and I just thought it kind of would be fair to give you guys a little zoom in on what altcoins like I'm really focusing on accumulating for the long term, for the bull run, the next bull run that's projected to be in November 25, but in one moment, because I am heavily undercaffeinated. All right, I feel way better now. With that being said, some of these are probably going to be pretty obvious to you, considering the coins that I talk about on a fairly regular basis. And there are other coins that I am going to be holding, but the mistake I made last bull run is that I was so terrified to miss a pump. I was so scared to miss a pump that I spread myself too thin. I spread myself too thin. Instead of putting a large amount of capital and a handful of coins to really make that money when those coins pump, I wanted to have like $1,000 in like 20 or 30 coins, so I wouldn't miss that pump. But listen, if you, or even like less than $1,000, like if you put like $500 into a coin, and that coin, 3x's, what are you gonna make? You're gonna make $1,000. You're gonna make $1,500. Like if a coin that you're in 3x's or 5x's, whatever, you want to make money off of that. And I know like it is hard to get that going sometimes, but like if for especially people with smaller bags that don't know what to do, my suggestion without financial advice is that if I only had $2,000, I would have as much capital into a 1 or 2 coins max to make that maximum profit at the end of the day. I would not spread out too thin until I had more money. And that kind of ties into how to prepare for a bull run, which is the second half of the title for this video. And how to prepare for a bull run is that no matter what, no matter if you're rich, no matter if you're poor, no matter what, you need to constantly, every week, I don't care if it's $10, man. I don't care if it's $10. If you want to succeed in crypto, if you want to like have a good bull run, in 2025, that's when it's projected to be, you have to constantly be DCAing into crypto. And even if the prices go down, that's okay, because if something's at 5 cents, right, and you don't plan on selling that coin until it's 40 or 50 cents, and it drops from 5 cents to 3 cents, so what? You're still not selling it to 40 or 50 cents if that is your goal and you have conviction that this thing is going to turn around in the future. And you have to really plug yourself in and tell yourself that long-term mindset is going to take you to the future. That's the only way. That's the only way. Yeah, people get stuck. That happens sometimes, but this is a game of patience. Warren Buffett always said, trading is essentially the transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient. Be the patient. Be the patient. Okay? Don't get impatient. Don't sell at 3 cents. Just ride it out and DCA more. And because when you buy at 5, it falls to 3, and you keep DCAing, you are spreading out your entry cost. You're doing yourself a favor is what you're doing. So I don't care anything. I don't care. You need to be DCAing. And if you don't DCA into coins, if you think things are still going to go down, you still need to be DCAing into dry powder. When I DCA every week, a good amount of it's tether. A good amount of it is tether, because if something happens on the chart and I need to pivot at a moment's notice, I have dry powder. I don't need to sell a coin I'm in. I don't need to get out of a position. I don't need to liquidate an NFT. I DCA dry powder. So that needs to be a heavy part of your plan, because in crypto, if you are just sitting in the coins, if you've been sitting in Matic since February, look at this chart. If you've been sitting in Matic since February, what favors have you been doing for yourself? What favors have you been doing for yourself? From the top in February to right now, Matic is down 60%. Do you want to sit around in Matic? If you believe in Matic long term, and that's a part of your long-term strategy, and you're waiting it out and DCAing, sure. But if you're also DCAing dry powder, you could pivot into coins that are moving and coins that have a more positive structure here. Look at Maker. You get in Maker around May. Even if you got a Maker from, say you didn't even know the trade was coming, right? Didn't even know the trade was coming. But then you see, I put in a low there, but then it puts in it pops up over the previous, value areas here. It pops up over that. Bullishly retest the first lower high, the first higher high. You long from that higher high to the top, 100%. Or even to right now, 75%. And with that said, look how good of a short this is. Oh my God. Look at this thing. Oh, man, it's falling through the 50 EMA. We talked about this whole schedule. RSIs are gapped, coming down on the momentum wave, coming down on the momentum oscillators and in the money flow. We're probably going to retest that 50-day average. We got a lot of volume right here at, 990, 990, which is my motocross number. Shout out. We got a little support resistance line right here, We have negative order blocks here and here with a positive order block here. So I am kind of, might see this coin kind of try to come down. It has definitely lost structure, definitely has begun putting in that, that lower low right there. And then, to here, if it comes down to this level, it's a 15%. I could totally see it easily going down. Let's kind of zoom in on this to like a 2-hour chart. Oh yeah, this is a short. This is a straight short right here. Oh yeah. I'm getting in this trade. All right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Doesn't matter. My brain branches. All right. Let's get back on track. Preparing for a bull run requires a long-term mindset, being okay, and knowing that, if my bags fall from 5 cents to 3 cents, I am still not selling till 40. So I'm just going to DCA, even if it's $10, even if it's $20. I don't care. It's about the effort. It's about working on investing. Like no matter what, you just have to make that effort. It needs to be a part of your ritual, like no matter what. And with that being said, there are people out there who have millions and millions of dollars, and to them it seems like the easiest thing in the world. And then there are people out there that don't have it like that do struggle, that almost can't pay their rent, that have a bad car, that work a lot of jobs and grind every day. And for those people, I'm trying as hard as I can every day to make sure that this next bull run, I'm going to make it count no matter what. You know what I mean? I'm going to make it count no matter what. And because of that, when I'm out to eat, I never order drinks. I don't drink. I don't do anything. I've been sober for a very long time. And with that, when you're grocery shopping, I don't get the little things that add up, like all the dumb potato chips and junk food and blah, blah, blah. I get what I need. I'm doing good. Don't get me wrong, but I only get what I need. Sometimes I look at the stupid T-shirt I want to buy on Amazon. You want to get kind of sucked into online shopping or going to the mall or whatever. And I look at these 2 T-shirts and a pair of jeans, and it's $120. And I'm telling myself, do you know how many Cardanos that is? Do you know how many Cardanos that is? And I feel guilty about buying those 2 T-shirts and that pair of jeans because, if Cardano is where it is now, below 30 cents, and Cardano goes back to, that $3 range, that basically means every dollar I spend on not Cardano, just my example, I could have put that dollar in Cardano, and then that dollar could have 10x next bull run. So every time I spend $100 at the mall, I'm actually spending $1,000. That's how I look at it. And because of that, as we are in a bear market, they changed the definition, but we're technically in a recession. Because of that, find ways to be more efficient, to shop smarter, to not waste money on all that stupid stuff, and just think to yourself, how many makers, how many Solanas, how many Cardanos, how many Algorands, H-bars is this thing I'm buying? Do I really need this, neck fan, new headphones? Do you know what I mean? How bad do you want it? Is really the answer. How much are you willing to sacrifice? You know what I mean? There's this saying is evading my mind right now about sacrifices. If I remember it, I'll post it on Twitter later. But I just want you to focus on that. I really want you to think on how bad do you want it? Because if you make other things happen, if you go out to eat 3 nights a week and you still complain about X, Y, and Z, well, you could be making meals at home. You could be saving that money and putting it into crypto. There is a way. There's a will. There's a way. If you want it bad, you will get it bad. And with that said, that's how I'm preparing for the bull run. And I really hope you take a page out of my book and just, I'm not telling you to be cheap or to, cut that many corners. I'm just telling you to think, to be smarter. You don't need those 2 T-shirts and that pair of jeans. That's $120. That's crypto. You're wasting that. $120 is $1,200 in the bull run that you just wasted on jeans that don't fit you or barely fit you or sort of look good, but your girlfriend's don't do that to yourself. All right. And with that being said, I want to give you my top 5 picks for the bull run. This is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, and these coins are not in any particular order, but these are my top 5 picks for the next bull run. Quant, and quant. I'm kidding. All right, so we got quant, we got H-bar, we got Cardano, we got XRP, and then I fight over which is number 5 in my mind every day. And number 5 is like a combination of like Algorand, ICP, Arweave, Link, Chainlink. There's no way I'm not buying Chainlink. This next run, Chainlink is going to rip. All right. And with that said, I really appreciate all the love in the chats. You guys are so awesome. Really appreciate that. Alexandria, thanks for posting my X link. I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't care. It's X. And also shout out to you guys, the BitSquad. I hit 15,000 on Twitter yesterday. It was a really important, big milestone for me. I mean, I started on social media publicly talking about Twitter last September. I haven't even been on Twitter for a year yet. And I've just been, trying really hard to just say whatever, to learn as much as I can and to share that information and shine that light on the BitSquad. And I'm giving it hell, and I really appreciate all the support. And you guys really means a lot to me. I really, really appreciate it. And with that said, big shout out to Alexandria, our favorite mod. We got Total Clinic Solutions, Ted Cash, Fibonacci's and Guac, Total Clinic Solutions, Killer Poison, Granny's Garden, King Peasant, Chris Portal, John Blake, Tarokarum Crypto. I really appreciate that comment. Tricorium. Why couldn't I pronounce that the first time? Shout out to Tricorium. Thank you, man. Got Chris Postal, Ellie, Granny, Alexandria G once again, Mr. Blue Collar, Daniel Solberg, Tech World, King Peasant, Angel Garcia, Aaron Bennett, Benny H Barbarian, H Bar to the moon. Let's go. Can Quant do a 10x? Can Quant do a 10x? Can Quant do a 10x? Can it? I don't know. I made a price prediction video about Quant. I think it's going to do better than a 10x. Just saying. You go check it out. Big Hands Dan. I love that name. Big Hands Dan. Who has big hands? Dan. What does Dan have? Big hands. All right. We got Ali, American, Ellie. I agree, Ellie. Quant is at least going to 10x. And that's the saying. I'm buying Quant, right? And there's a $50 shirt that I just want the shirt. I have so many shirts, but I need that $50 shirt. But then I don't buy the shirt, or I do buy the shirt, and that is I just spent $500 on that shirt. That's only a $50 shirt. That's how I look at things. I have ruined shopping in my mind. Because I realize how much more that is in crypto bull run terms. And when you start thinking like that, your bags get bigger because you're not focusing on the shopping. You're focusing on building your bags. And that's the vibe. That is the vibe. Thank you to Karen. Always been supportive, a member of the BitSquad. Karen Harris there. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Sean, Tricorium, appreciate you. Aaron, Ross, that's it. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. I appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really enjoy doing these morning shows. We got about 500 people in here from the time we start to the time we end. And you guys are just sticking around watching the show. And that means the world to me, that I'm just kind of spitballing, just doing my morning research, and that many people listen. And that means the world to me. So appreciate you so much. I don't know if I'm coming to Austin or not, but I'll check with Ben. I might be. I'm going to Rare Evo at the end of this month. Very excited for that. With it being said, this is the last time I'll be on the show for the rest of this week. I'm not sure when I'll be on next week because Ben will be back, but I will always fill in for Ben when he's gone. I think Tim Warren is going to jump on the show tomorrow, so make sure you stick around for Tim. He drops a lot of knowledge. Very, very smart dude. But yeah, wish me luck in my motocross race. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited to do some riding, do some racing, do some riding, racing, writing. That's my, here I go. Awesome. All right. I really appreciate you, BitSquad. I'm out of here. You guys are the best in the world. Keep it real. Chase your dreams. Never give up. Later.